Guessed it. Today we're doing a little new home shopping with my buyers. First stop, Pardee Homes, Highline. Plan 1B. So we're starting in Plan 4AR. There are the basics on it. She's a beaut, Clark.
All right, so the plan for we just looked at was 2430 square feet. Next we're gonna look at, we're gonna look at the plan one at 2652. I wanted you to check out the exterior. This is the A exterior, our modern Spanish.
Desert, is it the Desert Contemporary?
This one's the Desert Contemporary, the B elevation.
Okay.
With 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, with the option of the 4th bedroom. It's an entryway, the door.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah, that's nice.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
And well, we're hoping that if we made the move out here, it would lure all of our family and friends to go.
Absolutely. Wow. That's what we want to see on camera. Wow, I love the shape of it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And look how much.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Pardee Homes, right?
We love them. So
Yeah. You just can't go wrong. I mean, look how much depth you have back here.
Yeah, like the other homes we've seen, we had like the table would be like this way, and then
Yeah.
the living room would look
Garage right here, but we keep the garage locked so I have the public restroom built in.
So I love the kitchen, and then you're sitting back here. Literally, you have your sink here, cabinets down below, and then you still have all that out there.
Yeah.
You guys throw in the pool? Just kidding. I gotta try to film. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Carpet, how about this? This is an upgraded carpet. This is a high traffic carpet that we put in for the model.
Yeah.
This is cool.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have lofts in California.
Perfect for the kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That way if they have toys or stuff, if you were to keep that a lounge, you can keep that clean. Kids can have their stuff up here. It's away. It's away.
That's pretty cool.
I'm getting your face on this one.
So this is, yes.
Holy smokes.
Whoa, yeah, this is it.
So this is the spa shop.
Oh yeah. You got the rain up there.
Mm-hmm.
That never made sense to me. Like when people do high-end homes, when they don't do the rain, it's like, man.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't you now?
Exactly. Why wouldn't you? I mean, you're already designing a high-end home. Why are you?
Exactly. Why would you not? Go for the gold.
Now we'll look at the plan 3, which will be our
Thank you.
largest at 3,300 square feet.
Yeah,
Plenty
let me
of
see
room.
that, yeah.
I'll show you on here the plan 3. So that's how the garage will go. So we consider it as storage, but you can see how wide. All right, so the plan 3.
Is the frost on the windows? Is
The
that
frost is upgraded. Standard is what was in the other door was the 4 small windows.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the standard. Yep.
We like the one with the 4 panes.
Mm-hmm. The
That
4
goes
large
down,
panes.
yeah.
That was on the plan 4. Yeah. Yep.
Thank you.
Does it?
Downstairs, this could be a bedroom, and again, this would turn into a full bath. So you lose this little space here, your door would be right about here, but then you would have a full bathroom downstairs.
Wow.
Is this plan 1A?
This is a 3.
Plan 3C. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha. Wow.
Oh, it's a string. We got a string on your breast.
Malfunction?
Yeah.
Garage door. Pantry. And kitchen grate.
Wow. Man, I love your guys' kitchens. I mean, every single one, I can't complain, you
Now
know?
again, this is an upgraded counter. This is, I believe, the concrete grade quartz, but this is your standard.
That's the
size.
standard size, though.
Yeah, this is gonna be your
I mean, that's
standard
huge.
size. Yeah.
Standard size as in like the...
The island. Not
The island, yeah. It's this, yeah. With,
Wow. That's a lot of space.
I know, right?
You don't really need it.
Oh, they'll deliver that now.
Man, look at the covered patio. That's huge.
Yeah. Now you have a couple options. So standard is the aluminum wood covered patio. Then you could do the stucco cover patio, and then this one's the stucco cover patio with a deck. So there's a deck off the mat.
So, is this longer than the standard? The length of this?
It is. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So you have different options here. One, you can wall this off. This bedroom would have its own living space.
YouTube videos of homes and stuff. So we get to my mom's, she actually lives right down the street.
Oh yeah?
That's why we were like, maybe these ones are a little too close. Like,
A little too close for comfort, yeah.
healthy distance.
I love you, but yeah.
That's why we got here so quickly. I just grabbed my mask and...
That's funny.
Minutes, you know?
You're like, oh, I forgot. I thought you were gonna be like another 10 minutes. You're standing next to me the whole time. I'm like, yeah, all right.
But yeah, we've been watching videos, so we get to my mom's house and my son goes, where's your master bedroom? And my mom's like, what?
Where's your master
It's
bed?
crazy stuff they pick
Wow, there's a
up,
whole
remember?
wing back here.
Yep.
Wow.
Then,
More different when you're seeing it in person.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Can't stress that.
even
I'm
the
saying
virtual-
videos only do it so much justice. You just have to see it yourself.
Because personally, I mean, we were looking through like all the YouTube videos for Simply Vegas, and like, you know, Highline, we were like, it looks nice, but you know, it seems kind of cramped. But once you get here, you're like,
Yeah.
it's more than enough space.
That's what I'm saying. You just got to see it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Do you know by chance how much extra this type of railing is?
For up the stairs, I want to say it's around 1900.
Okay, that's not bad at all.
1900, huh? That's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
I probably want it.
But you'd want to do the second floor as well?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for an extra 2,000, such a great
It
touch.
makes all the difference, like just looking up like this and then just being able to.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. So you open it up.
Yeah.
Now, I know some things are, the windows are standard, like what if you wanted to change like the shape or, can you do that or?
Of the windows, those are pretty much in place
Okay.
because the framing, a lot of the framing is done off-site, and you bring it in and
Gotcha.
finish the building. So that's, we're looking more into like custom homes, but not quite.
Right, okay. Cause he had an idea.
Word up. That was a good house.
I don't have cabinets, I don't have counters, but if you're interested in the floor plan, we'll walk down there. We can take, that way you get an idea of the floor plan. But just, yeah, there's no cabinets or counters in this. So with that plan, porch, you walk in on the front, entryway, you got your large great room, and then dedicated dining. So just like in this plan 3, you have your dedicated dining. This one you're gonna have your kitchen, and then you have a drop zone over here. So you're gonna have a huge walk-in pantry behind this wall, counters.
And then obviously, I think maybe seeing how much it would cost to do the spa shower
Okay.
would be one.
What about the Santa Fe?
The Santa Fe was, oh yeah, that was.
I'll
for
highlight
sure.
that for you, just because that way when you go through, you can kind of get an idea.
So we're on our way to another Pardee home site in Henderson, which is going to be in Inspirata, which is a master plan community, a new master or newer master plan community in Henderson, in the very south area, very south tip of Las Vegas. And we're going to Arden. So let's take a look. Done with the first set, on to the next.
You have like, guest parking lots?
No, people can park on the street, but the one
Okay.
on the corner of your house.
Oh,
Gotcha,
nice.
gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's a little bit different of a setup. But I want you to see the floor.
Oh, wow. I love the courtyard, the door at the courtyard.
Cool.
So this is 567, just like it is.
567.
And they did landscape the whole yard. The one we're seeing is 533. Without the, it has a different elevation, so it wouldn't look the same on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
And doesn't have landscaping.
Oh, this is the boy.
Love it.
Oh, awesome.
This one's. So the one they have, they'll be in December, will be 533, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep. These are upgraded doors, huh?
Yeah. Correctamundo.
Here's the $8,000 credit towards closing costs.
Oh, okay.
So, and then I'll point out the lot to you where we're building. Okay.
Now, what are the sit? Do you know what the sits and lids and HOAs?
She'll be
are?
able to.
Okay.
So the HOA is $85 a month,
85? Okay.
and the lid out here is $575 a year.
Got it.
Oh, that's not bad. A year.
A year.
A year.
What's the total on it?
It's around 9. I don't know. Most
Okay.
people don't pay it off totally.
Yeah.
It's paid on monthly, or whatever annually until the buyer takes it.
Yep. I explained to them before how it works and how it gets passed on to the new buyer and stuff.
So this would be where the driveway is. Obviously the garage is there. This would be the rear yard part. And then the courtyard is on the other side.
Oh, gotcha, gotcha.
But this is the one that's priced at $533. And
Okay.
in December. I can show you or email you what they picked.
The elevation.
Selection wise, yeah.
Nice.
It's a great corner.
Yeah.
And your back fence, where this ends here, this block wall, the fence, the perimeter fence will go like
All right. So now we're heading to Arden by the same builder, Pardee Homes. And they're a little bit cheaper than the ones we just came from. There they are. A little bit cheaper than the ones we came from. Smaller yard, all that stuff, but same builder, great prices, all that good stuff. Let's take a look at Arden. Arden, let's go. Lights, camera, action. Cool.
All right.
Off we go. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I like the way he works.
Yeah, right.
You like it first and I'm like, cool, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good.
everybody wants to do that. I'm like, well, let's see if they have interest first.
Yeah.
Before we all start exchanging info, you know?
Yeah. Is that how
Most of them require it up front before you buy. Even if I'm like, hey, I just want to pop in, like, oh, well, yeah, because most of them, their bosses require it,
Got it.
so they don't want to have to like do any more work either. But then they have someone they have to answer to, and you know how it goes, blah blah blah. So this is what? This was plan 1A.
1A? Yep.
Okay, cool. What's it listed at?
This one looks like it's listed at $390.
Okay,
Definitely
cool.
our price point.
Yep. You know, I just had a buyer here last week, and we looked at both of them. And I think it was that floor plan too, and the upgrades that he wanted. was going to be a total like $435
$435.
with
Okay.
with like
With
all the
everything,
upgrades you
bells
wanted
and
to.
whistles
Yeah,
and everything.
yeah.
Wow.
Because he was $450 and below.
Wow.
So they want, I think they want $9,000 for earnest money on this one.
Okay.
Um,
$9,000 earnest money. Is that what is that?
So earnest money is basically like, look at it, if you go to rent somewhere, it's like a security deposit.
Okay.
So they want you to have, they want you to have some skin in the game.
Gotcha.
Is basically, so the $9,000 then when you close would either come off the purchase price or off your loan or your closing costs or whatever it is. So it just doesn't go to them and they say, okay, thanks. It actually comes off of something. Either
So is it a part of like your down? Like you just have
in
to
a sense, depending on how the lender has it set up, it's usually taken off of your down payment.
Gotcha.
So it's like a $9,000, you know.
So you take a hit from your down and then that becomes
Correct, yeah, but it lets them know you've got some skin in the game. Same thing with your upgrades. If you want to do upgrades, they're going to require a certain deposit on each upgrade. Like Taylor Morris requires 50% up front of any upgrade you want. I think they are 10%.
10%.
Nice.
Okay.
So if you got 40,000 in upgrades, they'll require
About
like $4 or $5 grand.
$4 or $5 grand. Okay. All right.
I believe so. We'll double check in there, but
Gotcha.
yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah,
Good to know.
yep, absolutely. Just factor that in.
Right. Cool.
So they just, they just want you to have some skin in the game because they've implemented that over the years because people get all, $100 grand in upgrades, then something happens and they bail. Now they're stuck.
Got it, yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, it's still 100,000 upgrades, but it's 100,000 of someone else's choices.
Exactly.
Upgrades. And when you're building new, you want it to be what you want it to be.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
it leaves them in a
That
bad
makes sense.
situation. Yeah, it makes sense. Correct. Yep.
So yeah, this one's definitely. It's very.
And I mean, that was like including the extra slider and like the stairs and I think the flooring.
Got it.
And that was around, I think $435. Don't get me wrong.
430.
But it's not going to be more than $450. I doubt it with everything that you want. I mean, that's a lot of upgrades.
Now, would it be possible to do it full in this space, given the fact that it's a really tight area? Do you know if they'd be able to do full in this with this amount of square footage in the backyard?
Man, so that deck comes with it.
Oh, does it?
So probably not.
Probably not. Okay.
So that's what they're kind of talking about when we were over at the first place at Highline,
yeah.
which is you're going to have a smaller yard here,
Yeah.
but you're in a master community.
Yeah.
So the master community's got like,
Has a pool.
has a
Pool,
pool,
all that stuff, got
and they
it.
have like a little water park thing for little kids and stuff like
Gotcha,
that, and
gotcha.
basketball courts and huge
Right.
parks and stuff like that.
Got it.
So that kind of, they say, well, that compensates for the smaller yard, but at the end of the day, land is more expensive to buy up here than
Yeah.
it is in the spot we came from.
Got it. Got it.
So that's why they pass it
sense.
on to the buyer, and that's why you're getting the exact same model, exact same builder.
Yeah.
Same thing in Summerlin. Summerlin's builders there pay about 35% more for land than they do anywhere else. So you can have like a party home
Yeah.
in Summerlin, and their base price on the cheapest one's like $800,000.
800,000. Yeah. It's craziness.
Yeah. So it's the same builder, it's the same model.
Right.
But and then in North Vegas, like I know you had it on a couple lists of a
In
couple of them in the north.
Blackstone, yeah.
You're not going to get the same experience up there that you're going to get down here.
Got it.
I mean, we can go up there like tomorrow if you want, but I'm
Yeah.
just telling you.
Yeah.
Actually, it might be good just so you
But
can
do
kind
you
of see
get-
the difference.
Is there better value, I guess, in buying a house out there, or is it like? Do you think
It's all relative.
It's all relative. Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get
So the
more-
land's cheaper up there. That's why it's cheaper up there. But when you
Yeah.
go to sell in your living environment,
You're not going to be.
it's all
return.
relative, dude.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got
It's
it.
all relative. I would say if it's make it an area that you want to live in,
Yeah.
and within your budget.
Got it.
That the rest can kind of fluctuate,
Yeah.
but yeah, up there, same builder, same model homes, but it's $100 grand cheaper.
Gotcha.
So why is that?
Right.
Yeah.
Look, I don't
it's
need
all-
to say anything about anything for common sense to.
Right.
Yeah, so-
No, it totally makes sense.
Yep. I mean, I would say unless you're dead set on a pool, don't let that be a factor.
Don't let it be a factor. Okay.
Don't let that be a factor. I mean, if you're absolutely dead set that you need a pool someday and stuff, then consider it,
Yeah.
But keep in mind too that a pool home is best to be found where it's a resale. even if it's a year or two old. Because if you were to put even if you had the yard space and you were going to put in a pool, you're looking at a minimum $75,000.
75 grand, huh? Wow, to put it in.
When you buy a house that has a pool in it, here's the way appraisers look at it. You can have the exact same house, exact same community, exact same builder, square feet, everything. One with a pool versus one without a pool, an appraiser gives about 15 grand more in value.
Really?
But that pool costs 75 grand to put in. See what I'm saying?
So it's not like you get your money.
No,
money back.
you don't.
Yeah.
If you put in a new pool, you absolutely don't.
It's just
Unless you live there like 15 years, you know.
Yeah.
Then your home increased, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying is like if you're dead set on pool, you should really focus on resale. You can find ones that are 1 or 2 years old, and I mean it's going to be rare.
Right.
You know, you're definitely limiting your chances, but unless you're dead set on it,
Yeah.
I
see what you
it's
mean.
not worth it.
Yeah.
If you want a new home, you want a new home.
Yeah.
That should rule over the pool because what you stick into the pool. But if you're dead set on it, then you should find something that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years old.
Gotcha.
Because
even for like a little small like just dipping.
I mean,
type
nothing
pool.
less than 50,
Nothing less
even
than
if it's a dipping pool.
Yeah. Just the labor.
Yeah, just the labor.
materials and all that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's
I'm just being real.
No, it's
you
good,
know,
man.
I mean, trust me.
Appreciate that,
People think that I'm like, yeah, man, I'm telling you what
we
you.
need the real, man. We don't need no.
Yeah, I'm not. Believe me, I'm not gonna ever fill you full of.
Yeah.
You know, that's not how I do
That's
it.
why I like. I like working with you
That's-
guys.
yeah,
Thanks,
that's
man.
why that's why we were kind of drawn to
Yeah,
just the team in general, because I
Yeah.
was like, I need someone who's gonna tell me like,
The truth.
no, you're.
I will.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
listen,
Yeah.
I'm here to provide you the straight, honest truth with all the info.
Right.
You guys make the decision what you want to do.
Sure.
You know, but there's no.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people want to tell you is like, okay, I want a pool. It's like, and a lot of people get fixated on. Believe me, when I first moved here, I was the same way. I thought every house here had one.
Yeah.
When I first moved here, I was like, it's Vegas, it's the desert.
got-
Why wouldn't
you
every
gotta
house
have
not have? And dude, I could do a search for homes. I don't care what area it's at. I don't care what part of the city it's at. If someone's like, hey, I want XXX for a house, and say 30 of them come up, and they say, okay, well, I want one with a pool, like 2.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
No, when we.
It like cuts it down to.
Cuts it down, huh?
It cuts it down, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, well, okay, you got 675 grand in for a new pool, but you're gonna get 15 grand more in value when you sell it. So
Crazy.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
realize
if you're gonna
that.
take 75 grand and stick into a house,
Yeah, exactly. That makes sense.
use the
right?
damn community pool,
Right. That makes sense.
right?
I had like I don't know why, but I had this idea that a pool would just hike up the value of the house just because it was a private pool.
It does, just not that much compared to what you're sticking
What you
into it.
pay, yeah.
Not nearly as much. Same thing with like big lots. People get fixated on a lot of big lots. And if you have something that's even double the lot size of anything else in that community, you're gonna get 15 grand more, 20 grand more.
Crazy.
But the lot premium you're paying when you buy it initially is gonna be like 100 grand.
Right.
It just doesn't. So things like lot premiums on bigger lots and pools just don't make sense on a resale point.
Gotcha.
So just think about that. Not saying you're gonna move tomorrow, but
Yeah. But I mean, we definitely want to keep resale in mind because.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, this is nice. See, it's not like too big.
Those sinks are just.
There's a
overkill.
crawl space up there. That's where they keep that.
Nice.
Well, West Coast they call it heater.
Yeah.
Wisconsin they call it furnace. First time they were like, "Oh, that's a heater." I'm like, "What's a heater?"
Well, we're like, what's the furnace?
Yeah, I know. You guys are like, "What's a furnace?" I'm like, "When it's 30 below, you know exactly what a furnace is." Trust me.
Oh, cool. Jack and Jill.
That's where we're at.
All right, 2B,
2B.
just under 2,400.
I like this little thing.
Wow. So there's a design parts in there again. To be or not to be. Yeah, we saw this one at Highline. Except it was flip-flopped,
Oh yeah.
right? It was flip-flopped.
Yeah. I think that's what I was referring to.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
someone's out there. Yeah.
Talk about space downstairs, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
Plenty.
It hasn't rained since April 22nd. I think it might rain out. God, I hope it rains. It might actually rain. You see that? You smell that? I think it might rain. Show me some love, rain gods. Show me some love. Oh snap, look at that. There's a little bit of rain. There's a few drops. Does that count? Does that count? That counts. Rain. That counts. So that's a wrap. They were closed. We're not closed, but appointment only. There was literally nobody at the community, nobody in the parking lot, nothing. I got there with my buyers, and there were like 3 sets of people who were all standing out front of the door who thought I was the agent for the builder. And they're like, yeah, can you get us in? I don't work for the builder, but now I get it. Anyways, long and short of it is, here's why. I believe Cirrus is Pardee Homes' smallest, or at least one of their smallest communities that they have. Less than 50 homes. So I don't think they have an agent that's stationed there unless you make an appointment. So there's a number you can call, make an appointment, but obviously that's nobody that's there to let us in immediately. So I'm going to schedule the appointment, and I'm going to reschedule my buyers for that particular community tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. because Pardee Homes doesn't open until 2 p.m. on Mondays. That's a fact, Jack. See you tomorrow. You guys want to know what life is about? That. Hey, buddy.